EFCC returns to probe Odili's alleged 100 billion naira fraud. Hello viewers and welcome to InfoGist TV. There is anxiety in some quarters in Rivers State as the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) is set to reopen the books to probe the former governor of Rivers State, Dr. Peter Odili. The renewed probe is coming after more than 16 years when the anti-graft agency alleged that Odili had questions to answer over alleged 100 billion naira fraud involving him. It will be recalled that Odili, who had obtained a perpetual injunction towards the end of his 8 years in office, is being asked to provide answers as to how such a huge sum of money found its way into his private account or was expended by his administration. The former Rivers State governor's travail began during the era of President Olusegun Obasanjo, when he, Odili, braced all the odds to run for the presidential ticket of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) and was allegedly stopped following some information bordering on financial impropriety in his administration. Now, interestingly, Malam Nuhu Ribadu, who was the chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, then is now the National Security Advisor (NSA) to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Mr. Rotimi Amechi, the then Speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly under Odili, was arrested by the anti-graft agency to extract vital information on the financial transactions of the state. In 2008, Odili approached a federal high court and was granted a perpetual injunction stopping the EFCC, its chairman, and other operatives from investigating the financial books of the Rivers State government, including himself or any official of the state on the subject matter. Now, after over 16 years, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has now come up to say that it was beaming its searchlight on the alleged fraud involving the former Rivers State governor. It is difficult to insinuate whether the renewed probe has any link with the political crisis bedeviling the state, because Odili is not the only former governor who is being investigated. We should recall that Wike, the former governor of Rivers State, now the FCT minister, gifted a mansion to former governor of the state, Dr. Peter Odili, on the letters of his 74th birthday. The residence was built and donated to Odili by Rivers State government, the media reported. Wike spoke during his 74th birthday, that is Odili's 74th birthday's reception, organized to honor the former governor of Rivers State, Dr. Peter Odili, at the private residence built and donated to him by the state governor, then state governor in old government residential area, Port Harcourt. Wike is a political godson to Dr. Peter Odili, who was the state governor from 1999 to 2007 and is commonly referred to as the Golden Governor of Nigeria. Wike was then the executive chairman of Obiakpo local government area of the state when Odili held sway as the governor of Rivers State. Wike had in severally eulogized Odili and his wife, Justice Mary Odili, retired, for their role in his political career and success in life. And while further eulogizing the sterling qualities of the ex-governor, Wike said he had been well schooled by Odili in politics, saying his presence and his present political odds were not surprising. Although the cost of the multi-million naira was not disclosed, Wike said Odili gave him and others everything and prepared them for the future. He recalled that when Dr. Peter Odili was to run for the office of the president, he had a large crowd following him happily, but noted that when the issues of governorship of Rivers State was to be decided and he did not give those who wanted it they all left him, ran to Abuja and thwarted his presidential ambition. Wike, however, said he has been holding on to the advice of Dr. Odili, hence he was not surprised at the turn of events. He further described Dr. Peter Odili as a true leader of men who groomed many and supported a lot of persons to political limelight, particularly in Rivers State and across the country. There was a time, we should recall, every political class abandoned Dr. Odili. This is a man who gave us everything. Some of the people called him Mr. Donatus. There was no abuse he did not get. Everybody he tried to help and help their families at the end of the day betrayed him. For us, we have used him as a school, and we thank him for making himself available for us to use him to learn, so that we won't be shocked of whatever that is going to happen. This is Wike expressing his delight for the opportunity to have known Dr. Odili and be able to celebrate him, pointing to several support and gains from the political tutelage under Dr. Odili that had made him accomplish his political successes. He reiterated that the benevolence of the Odilis made it possible for Ikwere's sons to emerge governors of the Rivers State. In his response, former Rivers State Governor Dr. Peter Odili, then during the occasion, said he and his wife, Honorable Justice Mary Odili, retired, were overwhelmed by the birthday gift. Odili also explained that during his tenure as governor, Wike was the best performing council chairman in the state. He lauded Wike for investing in human capacity development, infrastructure, and building the best law school campus in Port Harcourt. Nyesom Wike of Rivers State shook the state, we should recall, when he shelled out last-minute 500 million naira to the university belonging to his mentor, Peter Odili. Wike then had announced in church one time in 2019 how he won his election case that got to the Supreme Court merely by complying with the advice of the former governor, by going where he advised him to go and doing what he advised him to do. He later explained that what he meant was that he obeyed the advice of an elder. Many attributed Wike's court victories to the former governor. As if the speculations were through, Wike also donated 500 million naira every academic year to support the Pamo University and sent 100 students on scholarship to medical school every year. What then changed? The political crisis in Rivers State appears set for a temporary solution after the parties involved signed a peace deal at the meeting held at the presidential villa in Abuja. The meeting, called by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, was attended by Governor Similayo Fubara, his predecessor Nyesom Wike, and other political leaders in the state. Apart from Mercy Fubara and Wike, others who signed the resolution document included the PDP chairperson in Rivers State, Aaron Chukwuemeka, and the Speaker of Rivers State House of Assembly, Martin Samehule. The resolution was also signed by Rivers Deputy Governor Ngozi Odu and the factional Speaker of the State House of Assembly, Martin Chike. Now, as of then, when the resolution was reached, the APC chairperson in Rivers and the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, also signed the documents. The meeting was also attended by Vice President Kashim Shettima and the former governor of the state, Peter Odili, the person which we're talking about now. The signed resolution document contained 8 items. These included that Mr. Fubara and his team would withdraw all the court cases they instituted. A Rivers Assembly would drop all impeachment proceedings against the governor. Even though Mr. Wike helped Mr. Fubara get to office as governor, both men have been a war path for several weeks, leading to violence and an attack on the Rivers State Assembly, which was later demolished by the state governor.